Greetings, ladies and metal-gents, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. This particular story is called My Good Friend Human, Nice Human, written by Slow AD 2584. The work shift was slow on the Giga Freighter's space well deck. There hadn't been an incoming nor outgoing material transfer all shift. The gruff, burly, valued deckhands, each one a representative of some titanically powerful Deathworld physiology, were all lounging around the refreshment kiosks, doing what workers have done since time immemorial when idle. They bitched about the world and their lot in life. A stack of mobile purple crystals shifted and started vibrating in its way of speaking. It makes not logic sense why the moving tools and the tie-down tools on the opposite sides of the bay. This unit inevitably leaves the cargo unattended when the unit translocates to get the means to secure it, leaving it unsecured for a time, all the time. So always carry a tie-down tools with you, the draconian kill screecher said, with barely hidden disdain as it idly sharpened its scything talons on a ferro ballast block.
Well, now, that does explain nicely why they were never actually available.
The bladed gargantuan mantis trolled.
You greedy draconians never had any concept of anything other than mine. I never had enough to secure anything.
Relax, guys. We can perform our job satisfactorily. Our meta rating of valued confirmations prove that. The six-armed, muscular Usarian bear-like being proclaimed calmly. No need to get our genital harnesses twisted. Here we...
Hey guys, antenna up. It's that nerdling human. What's his name? Such a dork, am I right?
The mantis said, always so quick to change the subject when it was focused anywhere near him. The Urson raised an expressive eyebrows and patted his 6 paws downwards placatingly. His name is Bob, and Bob is cool. A very good friend of mine. You all should be much nicer to Bob. The other valued deckhands all turned to face the Ursian with equal incredulity. Since when? Oh, he's just okay. Even his own people call him a tinker nerd. The fact that he can deadlift 3 times his substantial mass density notwithstanding. We just don't like the guy. And you too, as of a few days ago. So what happened? What changed? Nah, me and Bob have always been cool. You guys just don't understand his human nature adequately enough, nor have seen it firsthand. And if you plan on making Bob some sort of antagonist, then I'm going to have to remove myself from the area. I will want no part of it. I don't even want to be in the square kilometer of it. The valued deckhand sat silently, irresistibly intrigued. Okay, now you have to tell us what happened, the draconian said, with a nervous false bravado that he was clearly not comfortable with experiencing. The Urson rubbed his paws on the back of his neck. So, have you heard of aerogel? Bob and the Urson were in the cargo hold in the medical and life support stores, cleaning up a container spill. What even is the scoop? It's like Vaseline and Jello had a baby, and I don't like it, Bob said as he flung some of it off of his finger. This is aerogel, a semi-solid concentration of oxygen source for life support, for cryo and stasis medical and storage pods, and small craft air supply. One of the contributions of my people to the galactic community. So they just fill the lungs with this so they can breathe, sometimes, like for high excel inertia space fighters, yes. And it also fills all O2 tanks for EVA and combat drop troops and stuff. The oxygen density is far denser than even liquid oxygen at room temperature, so it is handy and easily transportable. Weapon of mass destruction, got it. Bob nodded with one little wicked glimmer in his eyes as his gaze flitted around rapidly, as if taking count of the aerogel containers. No, it's for breathing, life supporting, not some weapon. Look, pal, everything is a weapon. I keep saying that, but everyone seems to think it's a joke or something. But I don't understand. How even could it be? Okay, so let's see, where to begin. Pre-molecular oxygen is cool, like scary cool, chemically reactive to an absurd degree. While it doesn't burn itself, it supports other things to burn. And, more importantly, that ability to make other things burn is scalable. Do you see where I'm going with this? The Urson was growing alarmed, but wisely sat and paid attention. Not really. Okay, some video assistance then, of some demonstrations in our old internet histories. The tablet rather low-resolution video showed a leather working glove, smoking with a white vapor. This is an oily work glove dipped in liquid oxygen. The glove was placed on the ground and a towing pintle of a trailer was set up to drop and strike it. No flame needed because at this point, as the metal arm struck the streaming glove, it exploded, sending the metal arm flying upwards and off camera with violence. The trailer shoved off screen. The kinetic impact is enough energy to start the ignition. The Urson was amazed but confused. Ignition? But there was no flame. And why did it actually explode? It did burn, all of it, completely, in a nanosecond. And that, my friend, equals explosion. Oh, wow. Bob nodded with that savagely open-mouthed smile he sometimes got. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, and you say this gel is more concentrated than LOX? Yes, by an exponential factor of 4, I think it is. So, 64 times as much. Wow. Just imagine a forest or a city you don't like very much. Forget napalm, no fuel airburst, no white phosphorus, or nor even thermite needed. Just place this gel on a place that you want away in a significant ignition event. And get the heck out of there because the supersonic atmospheric hammer of the shockwave is going to just be brutal for miles around. Oh yeah, this stuff is scary cool. It should be under more secure lockdown than it currently is, honestly. The valued deckhands sat silently, digesting the full impact of the story they just heard. So yeah, and that was only with the medical grade stuff. Well, I suppose it is good to know who to go to if we need to make a bomb out of only what's on board and all. But that is why Bob is a very good friend I value, and have absolutely zero interpersonal problems with, and I'm going to keep it that way. The group sat quietly for a time, recalibrating their workspace politic metrics. The purple crystal was the first to shift. Yeah, Bob always was kinda cool. End of story. Story number 2. Humans utilize zero-F energy, written by Random 3X. I call to order the latest meeting regarding the study of the human race, Grok declared, thumping a gavel against the table. Has anything new been brought to attention of the order? Shakily, a feathered wing was raised. I have discovered something. Grok focused his gaze onto the Shugrian, a bipedal bird species famed for its weakness but brilliant mind. Please do share what you have found. Thank you, Council Member Grok. What I have discovered may explain how the humans have spread so far and fast compared to the other races upon their entry into the intergalactic stage. Is it not their Deathworld status? A rock-like grundle asked. Yes, it was that idea that we posited that could explain how they could spread so fast. But I have interacted with a few humans recently. They were but juveniles, barely in their teenage years, but they explained how to me. Oh yes, the young are often prone to bragging despite elders' commands for secrecy. Pray tell, what did the young ones reveal? Grok said. They said that humans harness zero-F energy. Zero-F energy? A squid-like Proxdidian echoed. Do they mean that they have harnessed cold fusion? For a race as young as this one, harnessing fusion at 0 degrees is impressive beyond imagination. No, it wasn't called fusion. They still use primarily fission and hot fusion reactors. Ah, I know, a Canadai barked, snapping his fingers. They have somehow harnessed zero friction energy. The ability to remove all friction would maximize their energy efficiency to a degree of the ancients. The Shugrian shook his head. No, it's not zero friction energy either. Sheepishly, a small Terran raised a paw. Is it perhaps fun energy? They have found a way to cut out all fun and focus on serious endeavors. Ridiculous! Grok roared. All in attendance knew humanity was an absurd race. To think they were being serious was something that could not be fathomed even by the maddest of beings. You are along the right lines there with fun. The Shugrian's words caused a fresh stir throughout the meeting. You see, when I asked the younglings to explain, they explained that the F stood for the word Feck. So they do not have sex, a grundle asked.
If only, if anything, we project that they have way too much of it,
the squid-like Proxtidian replied.
You see, the word is fascinating. It has many uses. In this instance, it is not sex, but care.
They don't care? Grox asked.
Exactly. Apparently, to give zero fix, the humans throw all caution and care to the stellar winds and just move ahead with very little planning.
Oh, absurd. They must be planning to move ahead, Grox argued.
I agree they must have, but it seems they just kind of do things to see what happens.
Grox pondered what had been revealed. So their genius settling of the Shundite Nebula?
Simply them going to see what it was like there.
And the epic victory over the Spratters?
Pure damn luck.
So, they don't care at all?
I wouldn't say that. Humans do have another colourful saying, feck around and find out. This means that if you mess around, you will discover the consequences rather quickly. It just seems that they've weaponized this attitude for progress.
Oh, I see, Grox muttered. I think that it was best that we give this race a wide berth for now. Best not to feck around, only to be on the receiving end of the zero fex energy. I will say, though, that it may be worthwhile integrating this word into our collective lexicon. All in favour? End of story. I would just quickly like to thank the T5 peeps. Dragon Soup, Cold War Boomerwaffen, Severin Cerberus, Red Panda 121, Leslie 517, Bushmaster 177, Caspar Arnholt, Cam Maxwell, Sans the Skeleton, Light Jock, Dragzoon WRE, and Lord Asrical. Thank you very much.